This is Columbia.
Go ahead, Dan.
Okay, from your area, how much detail are you interested in looking at this tile missing? Are you or aren't you? Or
Yeah, stand by, Dan. Columbia, Houston, reference your question, Dan. We believe that the missing tile is farther outboard. If you could zoom out so we could take a broader look, we'd appreciate that.
it's zoomed out now, Jim.
Say again, David?
We're zooming out all the way right now. Houston, is it inboard or outboard?
Marshall, we think that it's right out at the end of the elevon, way out there where the white, it's a white tile that we believe is missing, way out at the end by the juncture between the white and the dark area of the elevon. Columbia, Houston, could we get you to zoom in just a little bit so we can take a better look? Thank you. Columbia, Houston, if we could get you to drive your wrist yaw to plus 3.5 degrees, we should have the supposed missing tile in the center of the field of view.
So you want the wrist yaw 2 plus 35, is that right?
That's affirmative, plus 3.5. And now we need a wrist pitch to minus 4.5. The area we're looking at is if you follow the leading edge of the wing up the RCC to where the dark area is, there's the white corner right there is where the tile is supposed to be missing, just above the dark strip on the elevon. You should be centered on it now, and if you zoom in, maybe pitch up just a little bit more, and that's where it's missing. It's at the top of the screen now. Columbia, Houston, the triangular-shaped tile that's just to the right of the center of your screen is the one that we're trying to focus in on. And wonder if you can give us any words about your view of it. We can't tell if it's missing or not.
Houston, Columbia. Looking at it with the binoculars, now you got to zero in on which one. It looks like there's the surface or part of the surface may be broken away, but it looks like at least some of the base material and stuff is there. It's kind of hard to tell how much is gone and how much is there.
Okay, Dan, thanks for the report. And Dan, we have no concern about that tile if it is missing. We just wanted to make sure that was the only one and take a look at it.
Okay, thanks.
Houston, Columbia.
Go ahead, Columbia.
Yeah, so what time would you like us configured for camcorder downlink?
We'd like for you to do that now if you could.
Okay, I'd like to wait until Marcia has the arm put away so that I don't interfere with her cameras and monitors.
Yeah, we could just
Is that
hold.
okay?
We could hold the RMS right where it is, if that's all right with you, and get that camcorder shot of the FEA while we have the KU band. We're going to lose that in about 20 minutes.
Okay, I'll do it real quick. Okay, Houston, Columbia, we're sending you the camcorder downlink now.
And we're getting it, Marcia. If you could just tell us what we're seeing and narrate as we go along and tell us a little bit more about it. And then I have a couple of specific questions when you're done.
Okay, the heater element, can you locate the heater element, and then I can go from there.
Yeah, we're looking. Stand by.
The heater element is just a little to the top of the center of the screen, and what you're looking at is the reservoir end of the ampule. The heater element is the biggest white circular thing. The ampule is going through it. The indium is to the bottom, pointing towards the bottom, and the reservoir end is at the top.
Okay, we've got that. Thank you.
Okay, if you see an inverted Y-shaped line that goes from the reservoir pointing towards the heater element, that is the crack. It's a straight line down the end cap, and then it Y's off, going to the left and the right towards the heater element.
Roger, Marcia. We can see that.
When I looked at this earlier, I think there was a second crack. If you follow the Y that comes off the right, then there's another vertical line that cracks back towards the reservoir.
Okay, Marcia, we're looking for that. Maybe if you can move your light around back and forth a little bit, because we get some glare, maybe we can get different looks at it with a different glare.
Okay, well, I'm on the flight deck talking, and Bonnie's down there driving, so we'll do it best we can.
Okay, that's helping a lot. It gives us a different perspective every time she moves it. Marcia, we're still taking a look at it, and we're seeing if there's anything else they need to look at while we're in there with the camcorder. And moving the light around like that really does help us to see the cracks and to look for the other branches of the crack.
Okay, Bonnie's going to come in for you. Yes, Houston, just looking at it, it appears that possibly the microswitch didn't activate or was depressed or bent, and the heater went too far. As far as the crack on the end, which you're looking at, I don't see any debris from it at all. It's a clean crack, and it looks like it has one end point on the edge, and then, as Marcia said, Y's around the edge. But we put mirrors on the bottom of the furnace so we could take a look at the bottom of the melt zone, and looking down along the mirrors, I don't see any pieces missing or any free-flying debris.
Okay, thank you, Bonnie. Columbia, Houston, Marcia, the part of the crack we can see best is the base of the Y and the first branches of the Y. Could you move the camera back and forth a little, maybe to the right as you're looking at it, so we can try to see the other parts of the crack?
Can you do that, Bonnie? Okay, well, I'll work at that. I'm sort of working free-floating here, and you'll have to forgive me if it goes a little bit out of focus. Bear with us, Houston. We'll get there.
Roger, Marshall. Columbia, Houston, we're wondering if there's any white powder of any sort on the right side of the sample that may have come from the heater element.
That's a negative on that, and that's about as good as she can get the camcorder wedged in there, the picture you see now.
Okay, yeah, I think we were able to see it pretty well. Thanks a lot for doing that for us.
Okay, well, we'll terminate that then.
All right, and when you're ready, Marcia, I have a couple of questions for you concerning the setup of the sample. Columbia, Houston, Marcia, we can have the questions on FEA later if you'd like to finish the survey first. Your option.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me get something to write with, and I'll take your questions now. Okay, Jim, I'm ready.
Okay, Marcia, the first one's an easy one. We'd like the translation start time from payload ops page 3-24 for sample 4. And
okay, stand by. Let me get that checklist, and I can maybe read them to you as we go.
okay.
Houston, Columbia.
Go ahead, Columbia.
Okay, start again with your questions. Maybe I can answer them as we go.
Okay, page 3-24 of the payload ops checklist, the translation start time for sample 4.
2 days, 22 hours, 15 minutes.
Okay, and the next one probably is going to have to come from memory. We'd like for you, if you can, to give us a fairly detailed description of how you developed the float zone, including power settings and MET of the power settings, if you have them, or approximate time between them.
Started it at 50 watts at 2 days, 20 hours, and 34 minutes. Then at 55 minutes, we went to 55. "22 hours, 38 minutes, I went to 52. 22 hours, 55 minutes, went to 50. 23 hours, 28 minutes, went to 44. 23 hours, 44 minutes, went to 41. And the reason there's such a large swing in there is that we were doing this while we were chasing after LDEF, and I was taking pictures and noticed that the zone got too big. And I noticed that because we had so many burns, the thing was really rocking and rolling in there, so I turned the power way down to try to get the zone smaller before all the burns.
Okay, Marcia, we had some dropouts during the first part. If you could start back again with your power settings and the times, we would appreciate it.
Okay, the heater power was on at 2 days, 20 hours, 34 minutes, 50 watts. Final heater power setting was 55 watts. Translation began at 22:15. Prior to that, at 21:55, I went to 55 on the heater power. At 22:29, I went to 50. 22:38 went to 52. 22:55 went to 50. 23:28 went to 44. 23:44 went to 41.
Okay, Marcia, we have a good copy on that. Do you have any other words about it?
Yeah, at 3 days, 0 hours, 45 minutes, we had a burn and things were fine. At 47 minutes, we had a burn and things were fine. And at 58 minutes, we had a burn and things were also fine. I did not log the time when we got the message and when I turned the power off.
Okay, we copied all that. Thanks.
Is that it for your question?
Yeah, I believe that's all that we have. Thank you for all the information. If you think of anything else, just let us know.
Okay. Okay, Jim, go ahead on the notes.
Okay, one you probably know about, the pre-sleep activities and sleep time are both slipped 1 hour. So pre-sleep will begin at 6 hours MET, and sleep will begin at 9 hours MET. One other one from the surgeon, they would like for you to give us the LCD numbers on the SPM and verify that the SPM 0 check was performed today.
Okay, the check was done. The numbers were 0 and .008.
Okay, we copy 0 and .008, and you did the 0 check. Thanks.
Okay, the 0 check was done.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Houston, Columbia.
Go ahead, Columbia.
Be ready in a couple minutes.
Say again, Columbia.
Stand by.
We're standing by.
Houston, Columbia, are you getting downlink?
And we've got a good view of Wixby running on the treadmill now. Thanks a lot. Columbia, Houston, he's looking real strong, but he's smiling, so he needs to run faster.
This is just his warm-up. He wanted to know, or let the docs know that after this warm-up, he'd put on all of his instrumentation and do it again.
Okay, we appreciate that. Thanks.
Houston, Columbia, we anticipate that WEX will probably run clear across Africa in the next half hour, but we're going to terminate our downlink now.
Okay, we see that, and we think that anybody that can train like that running across Africa could probably enter the Houston Marathon tomorrow
And if David wants to join him, you could probably win because your time would only take about 6 seconds.
Affirmative.
And people who made the request appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Houston, Columbia.
Go ahead, Columbia.
The lightning that we did see was certainly not mesoscale, and it was individual bolts, and they were very sporadic.
Okay, thanks for that. We saw a few ourselves down here. Maybe it did some good. Got a few words for you on your LIO changeout tonight if you're ready to talk about that.
Stand by just a minute. Okay, ready to copy.
Okay, during your
Wait on
pre-sleep...
second thought, stand by just a minute.
Okay.
Okay, Jim, I'm ready to copy the LIO changeout procedure.
Okay, David, during your pre-sleep LIO changeout this evening, we'd like for you to clean out any free water that you might find like you've done before. If you'd verify that there is some and get rid of any that there is. While you're in there, we would like for you to check the HumSep Bravo for any airflow out of its vent duct. That's the HumSep on the starboard side. And if
Okay, Houston, stand by.
We're watching, Dan.
All right, you guys. They're gone now.
Attack of the killer tomatoes! Attack of the killer tomatoes! They're chewy, gushy, squishy, mushy, rotten to the core. They're standing outside your door. Remember Herbert garbage while taking out his garbage.
And we're getting good downlink. We think.
Well, that, I guess, answers Donald's question from earlier. We pulled up on LDEF yesterday, and it was a little blurry. We had to put a special filter on, but we saw something that was kind of strange, so we got it on the cam recorder, and we thought we'd show it to you. So it's probably the first in a long line of experiments with the tomatoes that have been on LDEF.
Well, be sure and bring the harvest home with you. And Columbia, now we're with you with a good view of the payload bay and corner of LDEF.
Yeah, well, you've had probably the major bit of our science demonstration for this one. Yeah, we can. We'll set you up here for some Earth views if you want to watch for a while as we go around. We're still trying to see if we can find some IMAX and MLE stuff today, maybe, and getting ready for sleep.
Okay, we'll appreciate that, and we'd like to watch along with you. We have an MLE target of opportunity that we're putting together for you right now, and if you have completed it, we'd like a status on your search for free water down in the lower equipment bay.
Okay, yes, I did that right after you called, and there was nary a drop down there, so I'm not sure I totally understand that, but I think probably what we all suspected yesterday with all that rattling around with the burns might have shaken a little bit loose that we didn't quite find the day before or something, and so we got it cleaned up, and it's been just dry as can be.
And we agree with your conclusion, Dan. That's what we think also, and we're happy to hear that. We won't need to do any IFM or any further action. We would just like for you to continue to check when you go down in there.
Yeah, we certainly plan to do that.
And Houston, we're in a dump attitude right now, and hopefully we can give you some ground views as we approach South America.
And we would like to see that. Thanks.
Until the sun gets a little higher in the sky here, I will go ahead and do some close-ups of the space end of LDEF.
Okay, and we have your MLE if you're ready to copy.
Stand by. Go ahead, I'll take them.
Near the end of this orbit, there's some thunderstorm activity over Angola. It'll be near the western coast. The latitude is 15 degrees south, longitude 20 degrees west. If you have the opportunity, we'd like for you to try to take this. The MET for camera on is 7 hours and 59 minutes. Camera off at 8 hours and 7 minutes.
Okay, we copy an MLE opportunity at Angola, 15 degrees south, 23 degrees west. Camera on at 7:59 and off at 8 hours and 07 minutes.
And good readback, Bonnie. Thanks.
Okay, I will try to do that.
Okay, thank you.
For you folks that were wondering about the birthing whiskers, there's one of them in the center of the screen.
Thanks, Bonnie. Also, if possible, we would like for you to give us another camcorder playback. It's not that we thought that that was such a wonderful piece of tape, but we had a little distortion on our screen, some rolling of the screen, and we'd like to see some camcorder playback to see if we can figure out what the problem was.
Okay, stand by.
Yeah, we think that it was coming to us with that rolling of the screen, and we'd like to check it, please.
Okay, we were playing it on our monitor, and it seemed to be stable there.
Okay, that's good information, and if we try again, maybe we'll be able to figure out exactly where the problem was.
Okay, stand by. Okay, stand by. What we're going to do is do some live camcorder out the windows.
Okay, we're watching. Thanks.
Houston, we realize you were set up for camcorder, but how are you receiving this picture?
We're seeing a beautiful shot over the payload bay of the Earth's surface.
Great. Okay, Houston, we're sending you a camcorder out the commander's window.
And Marcia, it'll take us about another minute. We're about to hand over to the other satellite.
Houston, Columbia.
Go ahead, Columbia.
Okay, I know you're going to hand over. Just a heads up, as we come on the landmass, that'll be South America.
Columbia, Houston, we're getting good downlink video now. Columbia, Houston, we're back with you now, and we have good video downlink.
Okay, that's great. And we're just crossing the Andes and about to come into a bunch of clouds, but I don't know how well you can see it, but there's some real interesting geology down in the mountains in this part of the world. And
we're getting a great view, Dan. Thanks.
Houston, Columbia. We've just crossed South America, heading into the Atlantic, and close to the terminator.
Thanks, Bonnie. We've been enjoying watching along with you.
Looking at the clouds there, you can get an appreciation for what we're up against trying to do some Earth obs photography. I guess I've never seen this many clouds during a mission. It's really phenomenal. The whole world seems to be covered with them.
It sure seems like a lot of them out there, Dan. We were wondering if you had any other words about your L-cubed target of opportunity today. We're just curious as to how well it worked, if you have any input.
Sure, I'd be happy to. Jim set it up, and we got it all working fine. And there's, I think, a bit of a learning curve in looking at things and knowing what you're looking at when you're upside down and then switching to another window and reorienting yourself. The one opportunity you did get, the data came out that was just a gulf in northern Venezuela, and it was just kind of something that he could pick out. And we went back to the atlas and plotted it, and it looked like it came out pretty close. So we're looking forward now. We kind of got our procedure squared away up here. We're looking forward to some more opportunities tomorrow and getting some of the real data points they're looking for.
Great. Thanks for the inputs.
try and get you a nice sunset there, but I don't think it was handling the brightness very well. So we'll terminate this here, and I'm ready to do the KU cable positioning that fits into your plans.
Okay, stand by on that for just a minute. Dan, we have a message coming up to you.
Okay, it's coming up on tags. We've been lucky. It's been working.
It looks like y'all did a good job of fixing it, and what we're sending you is the roundup, so you'll have something to do this evening.
In our spare time, right?
That's affirmed.
Well, we appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Mostly we just want to get a little testing on the tags machine and make sure it's going to continue to work.
Sounds like a great idea to me.